A doctor posted video of their decapitated baby.
What?
They were awarded $2.5 million, y'all.
Whoa.
2.5. That wasn't enough money. They need more. Lord have mercy. Lord, Lord, Lord. Some people go through hell in life, but they find out some way to survive their trauma in life. I don't know if y'all remember this story. I think it happened last year, but finally it went to court. A doctor decapitated a baby in the delivery room. Mother was trying to give birth, and they couldn't even detect that something was wrong. I'm going to play the video for you. Y'all going to get angry and you're going to get mad. And I'm going to say this, the hospital that they are talking about, I have been to that hospital. They say it's in Atlanta. No, it's in Jonesboro, Georgia. Southern Regional Hospital. I've been there a few times. Emergency room. I've been there, even had to stay there a couple of times, okay? Hospital's nice, neat, and clean. But that don't mean nothing these days. It don't mean anything. It's all about the staff, the doctors, the people who work there. Are they professional? Do they know their job? Now, I don't know if these doctors lost their license. Well, they should have. But I'm going to play the video. Right here, it says, first, let me pull this up. A doctor posted video of their decapitated baby. They were awarded $2.5 million. A Georgia couple hired a pathologist to do an autopsy after their first child died during childbirth. They accused him of posting images of the baby on Instagram without their consent. Who would do something like that? Is that something that doctors do? Are you a nurse? Are you a doctor watching my video? Is that something you are supposed to do? Is that allowed? Will your license get taken away? Put it on down there. We need to know. But that's the second worst thing that happened to them. Here is the first thing. Watch the video and get pissed off.
Do you guys remember this Atlanta couple? Well, a judge just awarded them $2.25 million after living through arguably one of the most traumatizing experiences, not once but twice. On July 10th, 2023, 20-year-old Jessica Ross arrived at Southern Regional Medical Center in Atlanta, ready to give birth to her first child. Well, the baby's shoulders were stuck, which was making the delivery very difficult. And after 3 hours of pushing, the doctor finally decided on a cesarean. Only his body was delivered via cesarean. His head was delivered vaginally. You see, the OB, Dr. Tracy St. Julian, pulled so hard on this little baby, she decapitated him. The hospital staff then lied to the couple about what had happened, telling them the baby was stillborn. When Jessica asked for an autopsy, the staff discouraged her by saying she'd have to pay for it, which was not true. And possibly most suspicious of all, the hospital did not report the death to the medical examiner. In fact, it was the funeral director who told Jessica the truth about what had happened and contacted the medical examiner. And the story just keeps getting worse. In a quest for justice, Jessica and Travion hired Dr. Jackson Gates to perform a private autopsy on their baby. Days later, they learned that Dr. Gates had posted to Instagram photos and videos of their child's autopsy, including showing the baby's face and internal organs. Just this week, the couple was awarded $2.25 million for the lawsuit against Dr. Gates. The lawsuit against the hospital and Dr. St. Julian has not yet gone to trial.
Jessica Ross, that's her name. I don't know if they were married or not. I have no idea. Southern Regional Hospital. Baby was beheaded. And they lied. They lied like the baby was stillborn, most likely. Lied. They did not report the death that the baby had died. They just let the funeral director pick the baby up. So the funeral director told the medical examiner what happened. They lied. Now, why do you think they lied? Huh? They lied because they know they did wrong. She was in labor for 3 hours. Did a C-section. Finally decided to do a C-section. Pulled the body out, but not the head. So maybe she had to deliver the head. I don't know how. They had to do another surgery, I guess, to remove the head. This is crazy, y'all. Let me tell y'all something. A mother can tell when there's something wrong. She felt it in her spirit that something was wrong. So they hired a private doctor to do an autopsy. The couple thought that they were doing the right thing. We need to get to the bottom of this. How can a baby head be off? The doctor pulled too hard. The shoulders were stuck. I don't understand. They had to do an emergency C-section, like I said. So she thought she was doing the right thing. I'm sorry. I'm just so disgusted. Hired this fool that she didn't know was a fool. And he started posting the stuff on social media, Instagram, God knows where else is that. Is that, like I said, something that a doctor's supposed to do? Did the autopsy. You would not think that this would be happening. Who wants their decapitated child's face out on the internet in their little bitty body? Who wants that? Is that for medical classes, medical reasons to post it on the internet? Is it medical lab? Is that what it's for? No, because they wouldn't post it on the internet. All right. Now, sometimes they do use videos to show you things, especially the people who are going to school to be doctors. They have to see some of this stuff. They show them videos that they have taken, but they get consent, though, y'all. There was no consent. She did not consent for her baby to be shown like that to the open public. It's bad enough what they did to the baby, okay? But to go out there and post it for the whole wide world to see on Instagram, and like I said, God knows where else. People were pissed off down there, and I can't blame them in the comment section. This is why we need more experienced midwives. I vouch for home births. No one should experience this. But I'm going to say this, y'all. Sometimes you just can't do home birth because things can go wrong, like this woman right here. Then you have to be rushed to the hospital, and then it just might be too late. We need good doctors, okay? That's why we pay these high-ass doctor bills, because we expect to have good doctors working on us, on us, who have knowledge of what they're doing and what they're supposed to be doing. But no amount of money would bring my baby back. No, it won't. But it will help some of the grieving. It will. The medical industry is worse than the government regarding cover-ups. No cameras allowed anywhere. You mean to tell me they all did the best they could without any accidents ever? They all did the best they could. Well, I'm going to tell you this right here. The all should be the doctor in charge. The people handing the tools, the nurses in there, it's not their responsibility, because they not going to know what the hell they doing, okay? So that doctor is the one, okay, that you're going to have to pin it on, not the people there helping the doctor, okay? They didn't go to school for that. Maybe they have seen a whole lot of deliveries, but they don't know anything about cutting folks open and having surgery and what you're supposed to pull out and what organs you're supposed to push back in and what organs you're not supposed to cut. Okay, they don't know none of that stuff like that. Okay, so it is the doctor's responsibility. All right, and now it's going to be the hospital responsibility. How horrible. Their attorney takes at least 30 to 40% of what they are getting, which doesn't leave them much afterwards, considering all they have been through. This poor couple. Then they said, never have I ever waited to hug somebody so bad. Losing a child is traumatic. This is horrific. How do you even begin to heal from this? That's not enough for their loss, pain, and suffering, emotions, and trauma. Wow, how tragic. I can't imagine. No, it ain't enough. It ain't enough money. It was their first baby, too. But like they said, money is not going to bring the baby back. We know. But money will help. It will help. They should not be charged anything from Southern Regional Hospital. I had a few bad experiences at that hospital. A few. Just a few. But I wouldn't advise anyone to go there. I would not advise it, okay? At the time, I didn't know. I was young. I was like in my, 30s, like that. Now I'm in my 60s. So I didn't know back then. I don't know how they are now, but evidently it has gotten worse. I don't know what else going on over there, Southern Regional, but I'm going to tell you, if you live in Georgia, near Atlanta, Jonesboro, Morrow, you might want to go somewhere else. But nowadays, who knows? All these damn hospitals, they do have bad doctors. You just gotta hope and pray that you find one that's great for you. All right? Go down there and tell me, do you know anybody who had bad experience at a hospital? Have you had a bad experience? Have you? Put it down there. We want to know, because this is ridiculous. I don't want to see this happening to anyone else. But as long as we live, we know things are going to be happening in hospitals and everywhere else, all around the world. With that being said, make sure you like, share, comment, and subscribe. And watch the next video coming up. Thank you.
Yeah.